Alrighty, hello everybody. Welcome. How's everyone doing today? Phil here on the stream. Today is Wednesday, January 27th, 2016, and welcome to day 2 of my Undertale gameplay coverage here on the stream. And of course, for those of you who are watching this on demand on YouTube as well, welcome. How you doing today? Hopefully you're doing well. Quite the controversial, not really controversial, but just kind of dramatic day, which I fully expected was going to happen, quite honestly. Being that Undertale is basically the kind of viral sleeper hit of 2015. It has a rabid fan base, much like many other games out there, which I have played. And much like many other games out there that I have played, if you don't play the game exactly according to how the rabid fan base wants you to, they come up in arms, they go robble. That's literally what it is. Whenever this happens, I see it like the crowd of people from the South Park show, right? They're going robble. You didn't play it the way I like it. Robble. But in reality, Undertale is a game that is meant to be played multiple times and played in different ways so that you can get all of the experience out of the game, right? And I told everyone up front yesterday before I even started playing, this was going to be a blind playthrough. I knew that you could play it different ways, but I was going to do it blind and see what happens in this playthrough. Then, if I beat the game and people enjoyed the playthrough and wanted to see me do the other styles of gameplay, then I would go back and do them. But I wanted to do it kind of my own way. And so this first take on the game that I'm doing is an RPG playthrough, a traditional RPG where you walk around, you kill monsters in turn-based combat, you explore, you look for secrets. And so it's interesting because some things I have been pretty brutal about, and other things I've been more, taking my time, trying to find a secret town and doing bartering and trading with people. With obviously, if you're totally genocidal, you probably wouldn't even care about that, right? So it's been a mix. It's kind of a mix of different things. And I'm enjoying the hell out of the game. Like, I'm having a lot of fun. And by the way, that's a helicopter outside. Being loud and annoying. But, yeah, I'm enjoying the game. If anyone who actually watched the stream and or the gameplay from yesterday, I think the game's ingenious. And I think that the dialogue is well done. The puzzles are well done and hilarious. I really like it. And, a throwback to Earthbound is awesome because I love Earthbound. And if you really want my full initial thoughts about the game, I released a video about it last night, my first impressions video on Undertale over on my YouTube channel, DSPGaming, which you can find at youtube.com/KOGaming1. That's the shortcut to get to the channel. And, I talk in depth about my thoughts. And then I'm going to have to close my window because the landscapers are outside. I just heard a lawnmower going on. Okay, hold on a second here. Yep, close that up. Anyway, yeah, I give my full thoughts and, a full kind of take on people's reaction to people playing certain games and trying to force people into the way that they want it to be played, which I think is preposterous. Especially being that I've said I'm going to play this game multiple times. I at least want to try to play it a second time and see more of a pacifist take. So, for those of you who are watching and are curious about what's going to happen, today I'm going to continue on with my first run playthrough. From what I'm to understand, people have told me I'm around maybe 50-60%, so probably more than halfway through my first run of the game. So what I'm hoping is today on stream, in the 3.5+ hours of gameplay that I'll be doing, that I will conclude this first run of Undertale, and that'll be good. And then if I have extra time, let's say I finish before the usual 4 p.m. Pacific stopping time that I usually use here, I will continue on. I'll reboot it with a second playthrough of a pacifist run, which, from what I'm hearing, is drastically different from the run if you do combat. And so I'll be doing that today. Tomorrow, just FYI, tomorrow taking a day away from gameplay because tomorrow is my Q&A show, Ask the King. It's the first one I've done in over 2 months. So please submit your questions over on the kingofhate.com forums. There's a thread for it. I believe I have over 50 questions right now, and the more questions I get, the better the show is. Last chance to post up your questions because tomorrow, instead of streaming gameplay, I will be reviewing those questions, picking the best ones, and I'll be filming my Ask the King show, first one in 2 different months. All right. I also want to remind patrons for both the months of November and December, if you were a $20 or more patron, all right, please post up your questions for Ask the King on the forums. There is a thread there, a specific thread for you to post up the premium level questions that will be answered guaranteed on the show, but I want to be sure that people know to post them up so that I can answer them tomorrow, all right? So that's tomorrow. I'm taking the day away from gameplay to do that. Typically, that takes almost 4 or 5 hours to work on that show because it takes 1 hour to 2 hours to review questions. It's over 2 hours of filming, plus uploading and all of that. And then I'll return on Friday. On Friday, I will resume with Undertale, and at that point, I will have officially started my pacifist run, whether I'm just starting it then or I'm continuing it if I had some time to start it today. And we'll see how it goes. I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't know how different the pacifist run is from a run where you actually fight all the enemies. So I don't know if it'll take longer or if it'll be quicker. I have no idea. Again, I'm kind of going into this blind. And I'm probably, quite honestly, I'm going to probably need some help with this because people are saying, oh, there's these tricky things you need to do. If you're doing the pacifist run, you have to do all side content. If you're doing the genocide run, you need to kill every enemy in the game. And I'm like, well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that legitimately. So I may need some help in that regard, at least with the pacifist run, to know exactly what I need to do in particular in order to get the proper run so I could get that special ending and all of that stuff, okay? So that's going to be Friday. And then dependent on what happens, let's say on Friday I do this and people are like, wow, this is amazing. You know, I'm glad that Phil's going back to do this second run. I really want to see the continuation of it. Then probably Saturday I'll do it again and I'll hopefully finish that run. So then I'll have done a blind RPG style run and a pacifist run in Undertale. I'll be honest, if people on Friday are kind of like, he's doing a second run of the game, and we see how it's different, but it's not very interesting, then I'm probably going to do other stuff. I'll probably do Yakuza 5 on Saturday, and I don't know if I'll go back to Undertale. We'll have to see. So it's all dependent on the viewers. Viewers want to see more, I'll give them more. If viewers don't want to see more, they're like, I'm burnt out on Undertale now, you've played it several days, then I'll do something else. Keep in mind, there's many other things I could do. You know, next week is the Black Ops 3 first DLC pack, but I could balance that with other stuff. For example, people are chomping at the bit and saying, Phil, why didn't you play The Witness? The Witness, The Witness, The Witness, The Witness, The Witness, The Witness. Why didn't you play The Witness? And my answer, quite frankly, is because it's a puzzle game. Typically, when I play puzzle games, people don't care, even though I love them. Like the Talos Principle that I played last year, no one really gave a shit that I played it. So usually I don't play those style of games, but now, of course, why aren't you playing The Witness? Because I didn't play it. So that is something that I could certainly play if people get tired of Undertale and don't want to see more of it. Just being quite honest here. So we'll see how things go. I'd be more than willing to keep playing Undertale if people want it, but there's other things I can move on to as well. So we just got to play it by ear and see how stuff goes over the next couple of days. All right? I want to remind everyone that tonight I'll be releasing my reactions video to Star Wars The Force Awakens, which I finally saw on Saturday, and I already actually filmed my reactions. I just haven't had a chance to edit the video. I'll be doing that tonight and releasing that on my vlogging channel, The King of Hate Vlogs, if you're interested in that. Friday night, I'll be releasing Hits of the Week, where I'm going to take the best highlights from my Yakuza 5, my Resident Evil 0, and my Undertale playthroughs from this week and making it into a stylized montage, and that'll be released Friday night over on KO Gaming. Okay, and then this Sunday, this is the big one, this Sunday, Rockathon 2.0. It will be a 7+ hour marathon of Rock Band 4, the second of which that I've done. I did one first back in November, and people loved it and said, I hope you'd go back to this soon because we really like it. So we're doing it again. Right now, the patrons from the month of December are actually nominating songs that they'd like to see me sing and perform on this stream. And the good news is, for those of you who could not attend the live stream in November and were kind of disappointed because that live stream was one video. Yeah, when I uploaded it to YouTube, I just basically made it one 7+ hour video. And I got a lot of complaints. People saying it was too long. That's far too long of an archive. It's hard to jump around. Why didn't I separate it into smaller videos to make it easy of viewing? And the answer to that, quite frankly, was that I was afraid of copyright issues because it has all this music in it. I was afraid I was going to get content ID matches and copyright strikes. But the good news is I got none of that. So apparently my managed partner status on YouTube is pretty, it gives me a lot of clout, I guess. And I didn't get any issues, so when I do this next Rockathon, it will be split up so that it's smaller videos so people can digest it a lot easier and watch it a lot easier. And that's what people wanted, that's what they're going to get. Okay? So that's this coming Sunday. Monday I'm off because I have personal stuff to take care of, and trust me, it's not any kind of fun stuff. It's not like I'm taking a vacation day. I actually have just shit to take care of in real life. But then I'll be back on Tuesday with the Call of Duty Black Ops 3 DLC, and I keep forgetting what the name of it is. It's not Ascension. I think it's Awakenings or something like that. And I'll probably be checking out like the zombie map on Tuesday, and then I may or may not be doing more Undertale that week, like I said, or The Witness. But I'm probably going to check out the multiplayer maps that were released as well some point during next week. So there's plenty of stuff to take care of next week when it comes to gaming. There's lots of stuff to cover, and I'm looking forward to it. Okay? So that's what's going on with me and my schedule. I hope you're happy with that. I hope that you're enjoying the playthrough so far of Undertale, and you're looking forward to a second run. I'm looking forward to a second run. I hope people want to see it. I'm trying to stay away from any kind of silly negativity about me not playing the game the way that these rabid fanboys and fangirls want to see me play it, because the bottom line is I'm playing it multiple times so I could see everything in the game. How stupid would it be to do the perfect pacifist run as the first time I ever play the game and then have no clue what happens if you actually fight anything? That would be dumb. You know what I mean? That would be a waste of time. I'd rather do it this way first, then go back and do the other way, and then you have two dramatically different takes on the game. So that's how I'm approaching it. Now, there's also been discussion about a third playthrough of Undertale, doing the full genocide route, which I had no clue how to do. Again, I'm doing a blind playthrough this first time, and people have told me now how to do it. Basically, you need to grind every single enemy in every area before you fight the boss. So, for example, in the tutorial area, I would need to keep walking around and doing random enemy encounters until the game will actually prompt me and say, you've killed every enemy here, so you're all alone now. Once I do that and I fight the boss, apparently it unlocks the genocidal route of the game, which apparently is much shorter, but also much more challenging, because combat gets ramped the fuck up, and that's cool too. I like that there's the fact that this exists. I just don't know if I'm going to have time to do it right now, and again, I don't know if people are going to want to see me play Undertale this much in the next week to do a third playthrough of the game. I don't even know if people are going to want to see the full second playthrough, you know what I mean? So it's all going to be dependent, again, how many people show up on stream, how many people watch on YouTube, how many people say, yes, keep going, or if people just get bored of it after a couple sessions and want me to move on and do other stuff, all right? So there is a possibility of a third playthrough, genocidal, but we'll see how things go. All right, so before we get started with gameplay here, everyone, it's time for some gratuitous plugs. That's right, the stuff that pays the bills. First of all, if you're watching this live on stream, if you're watching this on demand on YouTube, and you enjoy my content and you're having fun, thank you very much. The first thing that you could do to keep this going and allow me to do this in the long term is to spread the word. Tell everyone that I live stream. Tell everyone that I do these on-demand videos on DSPGaming that are raw and uncut. Spread the word about my new channel, KO Gaming, how I'm doing the more edited style montages and countdowns and bits of the best of the week, first impressions, etc. Tell them about the increase in vlogging I'm doing over on the King of Hate Vlogs, because the more attention I can get to the new formula this year, the better it is, and obviously it's going to help my business, right? Number two, if you really like this, and you want to see it continue, and you want to go the extra mile, there's two different ways you can do that. Number one, you can use my Amazon Associates link when you're buying stuff on Amazon.com. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be a game or anything like that. And you'll find these links in the descriptions of new game videos. So for example, Resident Evil 0 was just released last week. I did a full playthrough of the game on hard difficulty. And in the description of every video of that, you'll find an Amazon Associates link by which you can actually buy a copy of that game for yourself. If you use that link and you buy the game, I get a cut. So, there you have it, right there. If you're interested, please do buy a copy of the game, and I get a cut of it. But, not just the game. If you click that link, and then you go buy anything on Amazon in that session, in that browser, I will get credit for it. And that's actually what people have done. They used the link. One person bought Resident Evil 0, okay? But Everyone else who used the link went off and browsed Amazon and bought other stuff, and I got credit for it. And if people start doing this on a regular basis, it'll be a significant source of additional income for me. It's definitely going to help with the massive drop in income that I've gotten this year, okay? So check that out. Just know that's out there. If you're going to buy stuff on Amazon, it's a no-brainer if you want to see me keep doing this full-time to use those links. Doesn't cost you anything additional, right? If you want to go the extra mile in a different way, you can check out my Patreon at patreon.com/darksidephil, where for your pledge, you can get personal perks such as text and verbal thank yous in videos. In fact, this coming Thursday on Ask the King will be a segment where I do a verbal thank yous to everyone who qualified for that perk level in the month of December. You can get your questions answered on Ask the King, which will also happen in tomorrow's show. Okay, you can get a private Q&A video made where I will answer personally your questions in a private video just for you that runs anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes long, depending on the questions you ask me. So the perks are pretty cool, but not only do you get your own personal perks for your pledges, you also get to contribute to a monthly goal. And this month, the goal is the return of the Patron's Choice playthrough, where the patrons who pledge $5 or more in the next 4 days are going to be able to nominate and vote on a game that I will play starting in March. So that's awesome. The 3 that I did last year were Minecraft, Persona 4, and Fallout New Vegas, all of which ended up being long and fun playthroughs. Games that, 2 games that I had never even experienced before, and 1 game that I never would have went back to if it weren't for this. And I really enjoyed myself, and overwhelmingly the feedback was positive regarding those playthroughs. So I can only imagine what the patrons will be nominating and voting on again this time around. I've heard tons of suggestions like Darkest Dungeon or Mafia 1 or 2 because Mafia 3 is coming out later this year. Stuff like that. Like, I get suggestions every day of games that I should play, and I'm like, well, they're not necessarily new releases or anything like that. I can't really fit it into my schedule, but if it's the Patron's Choice playthrough, that's a different situation. Okay, so please check it out at patreon.com/darksidephil. There's only 4 days left to pledge this month. If you don't pledge by the end of January 31st, midnight Pacific time, your pledge will not count for the month. It won't count towards your perks. It won't count towards the goals. And it's going to have to wait until February, which would suck, especially if you wanted to get in on the Patron's Choice nominations and voting. Okay? And last but not least, this one really isn't directly benefiting me, but it kind of is because, my girlfriend lives with me and she owns her own business. It's called The Black Currant, where she sells handmade glycerin soaps as well as wax tart melts. She actually has gotten a flurry of orders this week, which is nice. I don't know if it's because I've been plugging it or not, but she did get a flurry of orders this week. She sold over 130 orders in the year of 2015. She got nothing but positive feedback. The stuff she sells is not stuff you could buy in the store. It's not a bar of freaking, what is that soap? Irish Spring or whatever. No, this is actual high-grade soap. It smells great. It's got ingredients in it that are good for your skin. It's not a detergent bar that's either going to make your skin dry or oily. It's made specifically to actually wash your skin well. And I can personally give you a testimonial here because I've done nothing but use her soap for the past 2 years. The soap I'm using right now is a chocolate and mint mix. It's awesome. I love this stuff. So definitely check it out if you haven't. You can find it at etsy.com/shop/The Black Currant, spelled Currant. And she also does wax tart melts, which are little wax cubes that are scented. If you melt them, they make your house smell great. That's just the other product that she sells. It's a good alternative to candles, especially if you have pets and or, you're worried about a fire hazard. It's a lot safer alternative, and like I said, she's got nothing but positive feedback. Certainly has nothing to do with me or my gaming, but it's a great gift idea. But I'll be honest, most people who've ordered from her seem to actually be, fans of the gaming and of my content and stuff, and, they go over there, they check out the business, and they end up liking it. So, definitely check it out, and anything you order from there directly helps myself and my business, too, because, hey, it's all the same household, it's the same income, you know what I mean? Alright, well everyone, that's pretty much all I have to say here on the pre-stream today. So I hope you're happy with the fact that once I finish this first playthrough today, I'll be starting a second one. We'll see how things go. Again, it's all based off of you. If you like it, you want to see the pacifist run, you want to see it continue, great. Keep showing up for streams, keep spreading the word, keep watching the videos on YouTube, and I'll keep it up. But If people get tired out after the first playthrough and they want to see me do other stuff, I can do other stuff too. So it's based directly off of what happens, as I go on continuing to play the game. But I will tell you this, I really am enjoying Undertale. I'm happy that I'm playing it. I took the time to do it. So thank you to those of you who have been asking me to play it for quite some time. It is a treat for me. Okay? That is it, everyone. Thank you for being here on the pre-stream. Now I will end the pre-stream. Final adjustments here, and we will begin with Undertale Day 2. Very nice.